This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. What's happening? This is segment 2 of Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com.
That was a rhyme.
What's a rhyme?
You freestyle segment 2 of Kaplan and Crew.
Hell.
Ayo.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Browner is back after what he just told us about his couple of days in Chicago dealing with his real life. So, Browner, you missed all the excitement, particularly here yesterday as the Padres clinched a playoff spot in a losing effort against your Chicago White Sox. Alex, I'm curious. You were at the ballpark last night. What was the mood last night when the Padres had already clinched? And it was one of those games where I turned it on and I'm like, wow, we're in a 0-0 tie ball game late in the game. And then all of a sudden, like, all hell broke loose and the Padres had bases loaded and runs were being walked in. And then Will Myers hit a 3-run home run. But I'm curious, what was it like last night?
It was weird. It was a confused crowd because they wanted to celebrate. Like, everybody there was ready to celebrate, but it was 0-0. And the team is acting as if it doesn't matter, but we know it does matter because you're still battling the Phillies for 5 or 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, when the 7th inning stretch came and the Padres blew up and scored 7 in the 8th. So in the 7th inning stretch, they played this highlight tape of like clinched, and they showed all the celebrations. They showed and it was like a really cool video. And everybody just like stood up and applauded the team. And it really shifted. Like, it really, really did shift the mood in the stadium. Because I was telling Mara, I was like, in the 5th inning, I told her when they took Musgrove out, I told her, I was like, I'm good to go. Like, I'm honestly like, I'm good to go. And she's like, no, let's stay. No, it's early. And I was like, all right. So we stayed. And 7th inning stretch, like I said, they played it. Mood changed. They didn't score in the 7th, but in the 8th, they blew up for 7 runs. And when Myers hit that home, actually, when Grisham got a hit, the team exploded.
Oh, my God.
The team exploded because they were so happy for the guy because he's been so terrible. And then Jake got a hit. Will Myers hit the home run. And it just it really just did feel celebratory in there for a while. And I actually left when it was 7-0 because I was like, there's no way, right? And then Tim Hill, you're like, okay, what are you doing, dude? Like, I got home and I was like, 7-4. What the hell did we miss? Yeah. So it was a weird mood at first. You could tell the team you could tell who was struggling. Like, Manny Machado didn't even play yesterday. And Will Myers had bags under his eyes in the post-game press conference. Like, we all know what happened Sunday night. Like, right. You see the video.
Rightfully so.
Mike Clevenger's drinking straight from the tequila bottle, like the one that looks like a flower vase. And, that's what you're supposed to do when you haven't been to the playoffs in a long time. So,
and Bob Melvin said it after the game.
Though. Weird.
Yeah, but Bob Melvin said it after the game on Sunday. He said, hey, look, this is the first one. He said our goal at the beginning of spring training was to win the World Series. The goal wasn't make the playoffs. The goal was make the World Series. So when we've taken step 1, which is to get into the postseason, like, celebrate it and celebrate it hard. And that, Browner, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Jorge Alfaro, Mr. Let's Effing Go San Diego, they put a microphone in front of him and he said, let's get effed up San Diego. And so immediately, once we heard that on the show yesterday, we created a brand new t-shirt, like, right away.
Nice.
So if you go to the Kaplan and Crew website, kaplanandcrew.com, and you click on the merch shop, the Let's Get Effed Up San Diego t-shirt is there. Now, here's a little hint for everybody, okay? Today, you can buy that t-shirt for $23.99, but tomorrow, the third-party site that we use, they're doing like a site-wide 15% sale. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So please, fellas, promote this to everybody because I think the Let's Get Effed Up San Diego t-shirt is hilarious. And I hope a bunch of people buy it. And I have not said this yet. Today's October 4th. I was kind of planning on waiting until later in the month. I'm going to tell everybody, Alex and I have some clerical business that we have to get done. So I have no idea how much money we've generated from t-shirt sales in 2022. But I'm going to tell everybody where that money is going. Like, there are 2 charitable organizations in San Diego that I have chosen to be the recipients of our sales. So this is not money that is going to make anybody rich. Okay. It's not going to change anybody's lives, but it's not money that's coming here. Okay. It's money that's going to come in and be dispersed out to my two favorite charitable organizations in San Diego. Alex, do you know what they are?
Computers for Kids.
Okay.
Father
Ooh.
Joe's.
No, not Father Joe's. I mean, if there was Rabbi Joe's, maybe.
Okay.
You know.
I don't know. The
Rabbi
second one.
Joe.
I know
All right,
the first one.
Well, okay. Browner, you have any guesses on charitable organizations in town?
We've talked about this already.
What's that?
The Browner Foundation.
The Browner Foundation's a great one. They do tremendous work. They do tremendous work in the community. So
yes, we do.
I'll just say this.
Is the Browner Foundation funding Browner 2024?
Well,
right, is it a political organization?
Right.
A portion of it will go to the PAC, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, again, I haven't said yet. You mentioned Computers to Kids. That's a great organization. You know, I love Challenge Athletes Foundation, but believe it or not, Alex, you're wrong on both fronts. So
Challenge Athlete, that's the other one.
I will tell everybody the two charitable organizations that are receiving the money from all the merch sales. But here's what I want to say. Got about a month to go here. And then I really want to try and generate a couple more bucks for these organizations. So if you go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, and you click on the merch shop, there's a whole bunch of stuff there for you. I can't believe it, by the way. I ordered last week the Hey King t-shirts. I ordered the Charger Hater Club t-shirts. I ordered like 5 or 6 t-shirts last week, and they still haven't gotten here yet. But I do think they said that they were like, I don't know, 7 to 10 business days or something like that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so Brown, how you feeling about this? The Padres have made it in. The Padres have clinched. And the one word I keep hearing the Padres say is the word is dangerous. It's as if they've gone to Subway and gotten a Russ sandwich.
Don't do that.
A danger witch.
This team is actually dangerous. Not
the Padres didn't get a danger witch.
No. Please don't put any corny taglines of Russell Wilson associated with this team.
But be careful. Be careful because it's spicy. Ooh, it's spicy.
It'll get you,
dude. It's not a danger witch. But I keep hearing the Padres use the word dangerous. We're gonna be dangerous, Alex. If you could play for everybody, Will Myers last night post-game interview. Here's what Will Myers said. This is he hit that 3-run home run, kind of blew the game wide open. Here's
2 more to go, Browner. 2 games to go.
And how many? I just said how many like 10 times.
6.
How many
How many
home runs did you say Will Myers would hit?
8.
He would finish with 8. He's at 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2 more games to go. All right, here's
Come on, Will.
Here's White Queso after the game last night.
Have you thought at all about who you guys might play, or you're not worrying about that at this point?
No, we're not worried about that at this point. We like our team. Any team we play in the playoffs, we're going to be dangerous, and that's all that matters.
How important is experience? This will be your 3rd time going. You have 18 guys on this team that have had a little postseason experience. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, I think so. I think your first time, it's a little different. Your nerves are there a little bit, but I think with a lot of guys here with it, and should make a good run.
I don't know what the hell happened to
your
audio
run.
there. I don't know what happened.
Come on, Bally's. Plug in your mics.
Good run.
Yeah. Are the Padres going into the postseason?
Is that listen? We talked about this to start the season. The amount of pitching that they had, a lot. The heavy end of that is still here with us. Mackenzie Gore's gone, and some of the parts haven't been what we had. Sean Manaea. Some of the parts haven't been what we wanted them to be. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Darvish is there, Snell is there, Musgrove is there, Clevenger is there. Those are your pitchers. I'm cool. I'm rocking against anybody with that. And our lineup after the trade, even with steroid boy over here, we have still managed to put together a lineup that can battle with almost anybody. Now we're going to have problems with Los Angeles because they can score. And they can score. We can't score. But if we pitch well, we got a chance against them. But everybody else, I really feel like they got a chance against everybody else. LA is going to be a huge uphill battle. Everybody else, ain't no fear. Ain't no fear. The Mets, we already beat them. We beat them with nobody.
Wow. Ultimate confidence.
Yeah, I said yesterday, Browner wasn't here, but I said yesterday, I think the Padres can beat any team 2 games out of 3. Except the Dodgers. So I
agree.
Whether it be the Mets, whether it be the Cardinals, like they have a fighting chance and I don't think they'll be favored by any means, but I think they have a fighting chance. I think that their rotation. I mean, Yu Darvish just won September Pitcher of the Month. He was lights out in September. Blake Snell has looked like he's figured some stuff out. Joe Musgrove, his last 4 starts, looks like Joe Musgrove again.
Show us the Joe Musgrove numbers here. Last night, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, no walks. And then Alex, the last 4 starts, Musgrove, like Snell, and even really like Darvish. I mean, they've all trended upward in the last, call it 4 to 6 weeks or so.
Yep.
Yeah. 22 innings pitched, 1 earned run in the last 4 starts, 27 strikeouts. So, he's not going 8 innings. He's not going shutout games, but he's pitching 6 innings. He's pitching 5 innings of quality baseball. And when you have this back end rotation now of a Nick Martinez, of a Suarez, of a Garcia and Hader, you can really kind of hone in on the strength of the Padres, which is their pitching staff. Their pitching staff is the strength of the team. Their bullpen is now, I wouldn't call it a strength, but Hader has looked amazing recently. And I think Suarez has been really solid at the back end leading up to Hader. So if you can get some production like you're supposed to from your superstars in Soto, Machado, and I'll put Cronenworth in there. And if Drury does some stuff that he's been doing, if you can get a timely hit from Will Myers, if you get a timely hit from Profar, you never know. Kim can come up and do something. So Azokar has some speed on the base pass. Like if Josh Bell can give you anything, it would be would be a plus. So this team has the ability to go and win 2 of 3, whether it be the Mets, whether it be the Cardinals.
All right, okay, so that's important. Let's start off with this. Go to the brackets because this is where we stand today with 2 games remaining. And Philadelphia is in, and the Padres are in, and the Brewers have been eliminated. Okay, they're done. They're out. And they deserve to be out because when you lose 3 out of 4 to the Marlins this late in the season, you deserve to be out. The only thing that is not really determined quite yet is, will the Padres have the 5 and go to New York and play the Mets? Browner, to your point, when the All-Star break ended, the Padres went to the Mets and they did win that series. And a lot has changed. The Padres are much improved roster-wise since then. And the only question remains, will the Padres go to New York or will they go to St. Louis? And
who we just beat.
And the thing is this, you say the Padres can win 2 out of 3 against the Mets or the Cardinals. I would not feel real confident against the Braves or the Dodgers. Doesn't mean I wouldn't give the Padres a fighting chance, but against St. Louis and against the Mets, I got to give the Padres a really great chance to win those series and move on.
And let's not even worry about NLDS. Like you got a monster task ahead of you regardless, because the Mets, they could win 100 games. I don't know if they can still win 100 games, but near 100 games. The Cardinals are winning a 90-plus game winner than yourself. Like you're not going off against like some team that you should go in there with extreme confidence that you'll beat them. So let's not worry about the NLDS when you get there.
But I would just say this. In all my years of being in San Diego, and in particular years of seeing the Padres with just terrible teams, there were a couple of teams in like the 2005-06 range, where you had, these were the Trevor Hoffman teams and the Jake Peavy teams and, Phil Nevin, Ryan Klesko, Mark Loretta, those kinds of players on these teams. Those guys, even when they made it to the postseason, which they did twice, nobody ever thought they posed a threat. Nobody ever thought they could do any damage of any kind. People were excited that they made it. I remember one year they won the division, but they finished under 500. So no Padres fan, even back then, went, well, we're in. We got a shot. I will just say this. With this team, no matter how much the Dodgers have dominated them, they've been able to play with St. Louis. They've been able to play with New York. They can play with Philly. Other than Atlanta and the Dodgers, I think the Padres are dangerous. And if by chance they do make it to face LA or Atlanta, I'm not saying like they got no chance at all. I mean, this is not like,
it's a postseason. You never know.
Against, the former like Miami Dolphins. I mean, this is not like one team's awesome and the other team sucks. The Padres, they're live. They got a chance.
I think this team has been through so much this year, and to have been locked in for so long, because the way that the playoff setup is structured, for the pitching staff to have been locked in like they needed to be, I think they're just going to continue that focus and that energy into the playoffs. I mean, again, the Mets and the Mets and the Braves have been going back and forth. And so I think the Mets are kind of in the same role that the Padres are in. Two teams that have been locked in that had to win games because one's trying to win a division and one's simply trying to get in. Us against St. Louis, I like us against St. Louis. And I'm just being straight up with you. I think we're better than St. Louis. I really do. They count on old man Albert Pujols to give them something.
And we
Good
shut
luck.
them down.
Right. Good luck. And you ain't finna get no record on us. What we like the Dodgers to you?
Well,
yeah, what's funny too is because I think there's this perception of the Mets that they're reeling. That they're reeling because they just got swept by the Braves. The Mets had a 10.5 game lead June 1st. The Braves have been on a stupid run. The Braves have been on a Dodger-like run. The Mets haven't really collapsed. I mean, look at their 17-8 in July, 19-11 in August, 15-11 September. This is a winning team. So I don't want to get this overconfidence that the Mets are a bad team just because they got swept by the Braves. The Braves are on some ridiculously historically good run. They've been the best team in baseball since June 1st. So I understand in New York they might feel like the world is burning and the bridges are all burnt down. But here, as a realistic Padres fan, they are a good team. If the Mets feel like their world is burning, that's a different story. If their fan base feels that way only, okay. But I mean, the Mets are a good team. And then when you're talking about NLDS, that's a best of 5. I don't know how many teams can beat the Dodgers or the Braves in any best of 5 series. So, I mean, they're just that good. So it would be a long uphill battle.
But look, exciting times. I mean, it really is. For a city that has been, and we talked about this yesterday. When you have the Chargers ripped out from underneath you, when you have been considered now a minor league sports city, because all you've got outside of the Padres are the San Diego Loyal of the USL, or the Wave of the National Women's Soccer League, or the Gulls of the minor league hockey ranks, or the Seals of whatever, I don't even know what league they play, indoor lacrosse, the Soccers of indoor soccer. I mean, we have become, by all accounts, a minor league sports city, and so to have the Padres, which is the only game in town, actually spend the money, make the moves, weather the storms, and make it to where they are right now. It's not just about right now for the fan base. It's about the next 2 years in particular for the fan base. Because no matter what happens here, when you get Tatis back and you put him in that lineup, assuming he's going to be a grown-up and a professional, and you put him in that lineup with Soto and Machado and Cronenworth, there's a lot to look forward to, is what I'm getting at. So
there's still a possibility too. Let's not rule it out completely yet, that the Padres can end up playing Atlanta. Atlanta has not clinched that division. The Mets have a doubleheader today because they got rained out yesterday. The Braves lost yesterday. Technically, if the Braves lose today and the Mets win both today, you could have a very meaningful Wednesday for both those teams. And if the Mets have to go out there and throw DeGrom on Wednesday or something, some stuff can really align for the Padres, or you could end up playing the Braves still. It's not for certain, although percentages tell you that you'll play the Mets. So we'll see. All right, and it's not even for certain. You might finish 6th. What if you lose today and the Phillies win? They have the tiebreaker over the Padres, so
actually put that up on the screen for a quick second. Put up where we are between the Padres and the Phillies, because your point about the Braves and the Mets, it's not quite over yet. Padres and Phillies both clinch, but it's
Padres,
not a done deal.
If the Padres win today and the Phillies lose today against Houston, then it's done 5-6. If the Padres lose today and the Phillies win today, they flip-flop. That goes into Wednesday. Then you see what happens on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'd much rather see the Mets than the Braves.
If they both win today, you're still Wednesday. Then matters again, because if they tie, Phillies are the 5 seed.
All right, hold on. We'll talk more about this coming up. But as I mentioned about how San Diego, the Padres have taken control of the sports community, not because they're the only major league team, but because they're now spending the money and they're winning. San Diego has become a town based on events, and a really big event that's coming to town is the San Diego Open. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the world's biggest tennis fan, and I'm certainly not the world's biggest women's tennis fan, but the Barnes Tennis Center is hosting the San Diego Open, and this is now a major sporting event. I'm not telling you this is the U.S. Open of golf or that this is the Breeders' Cup of horse racing. I'm just telling you that a major sporting event is coming back to San Diego. and all of the name brand superstar female tennis players that you know from the US Open in New York or from Wimbledon. These ladies will be here in San Diego competing starting October 8th through the 16th. Alex, if you click on the schedule of events, we're looking at the website right now, the San Diego Open's website. If you look at it, it all starts with qualifying this weekend. Then next week is tournament play. There's day sessions and evening sessions. And then next weekend, the championship rounds, with Sunday being the finals. If you want tickets, Alex, the URL for the website is? You have it in front of you. I don't, unfortunately. Okay, forget it. I'll go get it.
No, it's Barnes.
Yep.
SDOpen.com.
Right, BarnesSDOpen.com, because it's not just San Diego Open, it's BarnesSDOpen.com.
I was on full screen, couldn't see.
Yeah, I understand. All good. And then as far as tickets are concerned, if you just click on tickets here, you'll find out that they're only $20. I mean, it's super inexpensive to see the biggest stars in this sport play here in San Diego. And we're going to be talking to the tournament director coming up because we're doing a 2-week blitz with these guys to really, really hype this event. So stick around. We got a lot more to get to. We haven't talked Monday Night Football. Did you guys watch what happened last night between the Rams and the Niners?
No, let that go.
Okay, well, I'm going to get to it. Coming up, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Rome comes home. Yes, I said it. You can now catch the Jim Rome Show Monday through Friday, noon until 3 p.m. on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Back to San Diego, where it all started, on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is almost complete. Live on Your View and YourView.com, watch the San Diego Loyal host New Mexico United Sunday, October 9th at 3 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium for the last regular season home game as the San Diego Loyal prepare for the playoffs. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the New Mexico United, Sunday, October 9th on Your View.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
When your air conditioner needs to be tuned up, repaired, or replaced, call Bill Howe, the name you have trusted for over 40 years. We carry the most reliable, energy-efficient brands that will fit your budget. Whether you are looking for a traditional or ductless air conditioning system, you know who to call.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe, because we know how.
Do the ups and downs of the financial markets have you on a roller coaster? Don't let the market take you and your investments for a ride. Stabilize your funds with SDCCU's Great Rate Savings, Money Market, or Certificate accounts. Choose a savings option that meets your needs and watch your money grow with SDCCU. Earn 1.5% APY on a 12-month certificate or 2.5% APY on a 36-month certificate. Open an account at sdccu.com/now. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking, it's better.
Change the way you look and feel with San Diego's most comprehensive varicose and spider vein treatment facility. San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center offers minimally invasive, pain-free procedures performed by board-certified cardiologist Dr. Tahizadeh. With over 17 years of experience, we specialize in the diagnosis of varicose veins, spider veins on the face, hands, and legs, ankle discoloration, leg swelling, and more. Improve your vein health today. Visit consultation.sdveintreatment.com or call 619-582-2404.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, along with Grande and the Brown Man. It's Kaplan and Crew. And we've been talking about how we've got this partnership with the San Diego Open. And I've said this a bunch of times. You know, the Padres, right now, they've got this city electrified. Sports fans wanted the Padres so desperately to be good. Peter Seidler put his money where his mouth was. They made the moves during the season. They weathered the storm. They've made it to the postseason. And the only thing that's really remaining is, where will they be? Will they be that 6 seed? Will they be the 5 seed? Will they be in New York? Might they be in St. Louis? Those are the only real questions remaining. But as much as the Padres are the major league team of San Diego now, and we've got all these other teams, you know, the NWSL with the Wave and the USL with the Loyal, and we've got the Seals and the Sockers and the Gulls, big time sporting events like the US Open of golf, the Breeders' Cup of horse racing, big time sporting events are coming to San Diego, including the San Diego Open. And here to tell us more about it is Troy Morrison. He is the Director of Sales and Marketing, and we definitely need to talk about this because we have a lot of questions. Troy, thank you for being here, and we're looking forward to learning a whole lot about the San Diego Open. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, Scott. It's great to see you, and I'm really excited to be here. And like you said, we're just so fired up for this event next week, and couldn't be happier to talk to you about it.
Yeah, and so listen, the three of us are the perfect audience for you to be talking to, because none of us are like hardcore tennis fans, because the hardcore tennis fan knows about this event and probably can't wait to be there. But the sports fan who goes, wait a second, all the biggest stars of this sport are going to be in town. We want to learn more about it. And then we're also, me and Browner anyway, we're girl dads, and we want to have our daughters exposed to, really big time sports, especially with women. So we got a lot we want to talk about. Can you start us off with, who are some of the big name tennis players that are going to be coming into play in this event?
Sure. There's lots to talk about. So what you just said really hits home for me, Scott. I'm a girl dad as well with a potential college athlete daughter. So we can talk about that in a minute. But we're calling this a 28-person major. It literally is a grand slam in San Diego. 16 of the top 20 female women tennis players will be here in our hometown playing tennis in Point Loma at the Barnes Center next week. So the woman who just won the US Open, Iga Swiatek, #1 in the world, will be here. Coco Gauff, number 8 in the world, also a teenager, social media celebrity, amazing player. The one of the women that was inspired by Serena, has done an incredible career, won the nationals here when she was 16, actually won it twice. Now she's on the tour, 8th in the world. She's also was the #1 ranked doubles player, and we can touch on this later too. But she's playing doubles as well, which is an incredible thing. She's playing singles and doubles. Then we have Leylah Fernandez, 2021 U.S. Open finalist, another Canadian teenager, amazing player. We gave a wild card to Sloane Stephens, another American, 2017 U.S. Open champion. The list goes on and on. The Americans you might have seen at the U.S. Open just a few weeks ago, Danielle Collins, NCAA champion from Virginia, now I think she's ranked 12th or 10th right now. Jessica Pegula, the Pegula family. If you're a sports fan, you know the famous Pegula family. She'll be here.
The owners of the Buffalo Bills, yeah.
Exactly. It's truly insane. 16 of the top 20, that's a major, literally a grand slam. The only difference is they have 128 players and we have 28.
How
so when you're build,
go ahead, Browner, jump in.
So when you're trying to build something to showcase this many players and kind of make this a major event on the tour, what all goes into that? Because obviously everyone knows what the U.S. Open is. It's in New York. But when you're trying to get on the map in these type of tournaments, how do you go about doing that?
It's a lot of work. Myself, the tournament director, Ryan Redondo, who will be on your show Thursday, and our operations person, we really have been working. I mean, we actually only knew about this since April. We had an ATP event here last year, and we just had one 2 weeks ago. But the WTA, we agreed to the two in April, about 6 months ago, and it's a 3-year deal, 3 to 5 years. So this is here for a long time, and we expect it to be here for really, really long. If you remember, we had an event at La Costa, and that had all the, Kornikova, Navratilova, everybody was there, played there, and this is what we've gotten here now. San Diego was always on their map, but it's been gone since 2015. So we wanted to make sure the WTA knew that this is a home of tennis. We want this to be the home of tennis for the whole country. And so getting these events here is huge. We wanted it to be here. The players the men players had a great time last year. The women have heard great things. They knew it from their past experience at La Costa, what a great community of tennis players it is. There's 30 incredibly active tennis clubs here in town that have thousands and thousands of players. Of course, the weather's perfect. The players love to be outdoors, not playing indoor tournaments. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, and we pride ourselves on a few things. Not only, like Scott mentioned, you're a hardcore tennis fan, you're coming, right? There's no doubt. You play every day at the Bay Club or San Diego Tennis and Racket Club, you're coming. But there's two other groups. There's you guys and your listeners, most likely, the diehard sports fans, right? That love to see the best in the world. They're watching the Chargers, they're watching the Padres. Sorry, that might be a bad word.
Not for one of us.
Yeah, but you could say they're watching the NFL because they certainly are.
Yeah. Absolutely, they're watching everything, right? The NBA's on, whether it's their team or not. They're watching the finals. Obviously, we're glued to the screen for the Padres now, and so we want to make that experience of this is the best in the world, right? So you're going to come down and see the best in the world play tennis, and it's an amazing thing to see. And so those fans should all come down and love it. And then there's a third group. There's the non-tennis people, the ones who, the non-sport, even the non-sports people. And our goal, and to your point, what is, and I kind of emulated the Farmers Insurance Open in this regard. We want to make it the place to be.
Yeah.
And the Farmers has done an incredible job, right? It's not about the players. It's about Torrey Pines and how beautiful it is there and what a great experience. And that's what we're doing at this event too. And that's a big part of it. We have an incredible VIP hospitality lounge. It's all you can drink, all you can eat, all session long. It's set away from the court so you can talk to people because, in tennis, you got to be quiet, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So
it's a place to network, and there's a big screen there so you can watch the stadium if you don't get back in time. But you get, and the stadium is 2,000 seats. It's intimate. So you're seeing everyone playing the U.S. Open, and the worst seat in the house is the best seat in the house in Flushing Meadows. So we really make it the place to be, our fan village. Everything is interactive there. We actually have, it's called the Hologic Wellness Area. We have Stretch Lab doing stretches. We have Sense Arena doing esports. We have Catalyst Performance Center doing like reaction timing games. It's all about an experience. And that's what fans want nowadays, right? It's more than just a sport. So we have the best in the world. You're going to see it, but it's also an incredible experience, whether you want to just have a good time with your friends and family or clients, as well as a great time in the village with the kids. It's really a unique thing.
Wow. This is Troy. You are so the right guy for us to talk to, at least first. I know we're going to talk to tournament director. We're probably going to wind up talking to some of these players, but man, you are the right guy to be introducing this event to all of our listeners and to all of our viewers. This is Troy Morrison. He's the director of sales and marketing for the San Diego Open. I think what you just said is really interesting. That when you look at what the Farmers Insurance has done, the Farmers Insurance Open, what they told me was they emulated what Del Mar did. Del Mar, nobody's into horse racing per se. People are into an event. They're into a party. They're into rock concerts. They're into, drinks. They're into enjoying the weather. So Del Mar kind of set this tone years ago. The Farmers Insurance Open said, we want to be that. We kind of want to be like the Phoenix Open. We want to be the party, the place to be. And now you guys are emulating what they're doing, which should attract more than just, like you say, the hardcore tennis fan, the hardcore sports fan, just people who want to be around an international event right here in our hometown. Here's a question for you. How do you possibly attract all of this amazing tennis talent? What is the motivation for all of these incredible players to want to come play here?
There's a couple of things. One is it's San Diego, right? And it speaks for itself. And I think what we built last year with the ATP, they heard and they wanted to be here, how well it was run. Literally, the men said this was the second best tournament after Indian Wells in the United States. Wow. For us to hear that is incredible, I mean, we had a 2,000 seat venue, which is so intimate, and the players, it's the best tournament in the U.S. And then there's also a scheduling thing. So we're very fortunate that the week after us is a large event. So if you don't know tennis, the levels of money, basically prize money, is the Grand Slams, 1,000, and then 500. And we're a 500. The following week after us is 1,000 in Guadalajara, which is obviously very close. So they all want to come here and get here. So we'll always be before a major event in the West too, as well, to make sure they want to be here. But really, San Diego speaks for itself. And when you do a tennis event like we did last year, the WTA had a history here back from 77, 72 or 71 to 2015. They knew about it. I know they missed it. And so we get this new venue in Barnes Center, close to the airport, close to downtown. The players stay at the Intercontinental, a great hotel. Beautiful things. There's so many beautiful things in this town, and the weather. And so they all signed up. We got the list. Like we didn't know the list, right? They have to sign in, and there's a deadline. And when we saw that deadline, we were like, oh my God, this is literally a Grand Slam. It's unbelievable.
Ain't that funny how it works, guys?
They're coming.
Isn't that funny? Like we literally, like every time something happens here, the MLB All-Star game, every single person that we talked to all around baseball was like, we want it here every single year. Like every Scott's talking about like how San Diego is the event. So this could be like the beginning phases of something maybe even bigger. Like, yeah, you said 16 of the top 20. Maybe next year it's all 20.
Yeah. I mean, remember. I mean, this is maybe a comment none of us like to hear when some person affiliated with the NFL, you know who it is, said, "Oh, we shouldn't come. We'll never come back here without a new stadium, the Super Bowl." And then the announcers were like, "Are you kidding me? The Super Bowl should be here every year.
Right.
It's insane, right? I mean, this is the greatest place, and that's why they're coming. And I agree. The top 16 of the 20, and really a couple of those because of injury, so they would all be here. I mean, it's really they are so excited to be here. They can't wait, and we're going to show them a good time. And the fans, like, they're going to come out, right? The tennis fans are going to come out. People, last year we were right before Indian Wells, which is obviously a big event for San Diegans. They go out, a lot of them go out there. They said they had a better time here because the intimacy and the place to be. And now we have the elevated hospitality experience, the elevated fan village. Like you said, Scott, the making it the place to be.
Yeah.
It's not, so everybody can enjoy it no matter who you are. And oh, by the way, you're seeing the greatest players in the world.
Yeah, I would love for you to talk to us more about that. We're talking to Troy Morrison. He's the director of sales and marketing for the San Diego Open, which is going to start this upcoming weekend. And we've been talking about, all the different sessions there are day and night, how inexpensive it is, all the great players that you see at the U.S. Open and Wimbledon. I mean, as Troy has said, 16 of the top 20 female players in the world will all be here. But as far as hospitality goes, as far as making it the place to be, can you just, again, because I know you sort of talked about a bunch of these things, but just slow it down a little bit and explain to us, if you're somebody who's not the world's biggest tennis fan, but you're like, this is a great event, I want to be at it, what is available to you?
Sure. So we have, the stadium has four sides, right? So we have sideline seating, which is great seats. Less than, I think the highest price is $70 or $80 on the weekend. It goes down to, you can slide at $40, $50. Sideline, first four rows, reserve seats, an incredible viewing experience. And then we have GA above that, stadium seating, $40, $50 again, the highest row, literally you feel like you're in the front row of the US Open. But then on the ends, the baseline, which in tennis, it's interesting. When you go to other sports, you usually want to sit center ice or center court. Tennis, really the best seats are the baseline, so you're not moving your head like this the whole time. So the baseline, we have the north baseline, which we added a covering this year, which, in San Diego in the middle of the day, although October actually won't be that bad, but the covering does help. So the north baseline, we have a VIP section, and there's 120 seats there that are VIP. And you get all you can eat, all you can drink. So right behind us, so there's the Barnes Tennis Center, which is an amazing facility, 25 tennis courts, the home of youth tennis San Diego.
Right.
It's an incredible for juniors, for education of kids. It's an amazing program, and I can talk about that as well. It's kind of like the first tee in golf is what youth tennis San Diego does with tennis. But there's 25 courts there, so court 16 becomes our hospitality tent. So when you buy one of the North Baseline tickets, you have access to that tent. It's carpeted. There's a bar there, a beautiful bar. That all you can eat, all you can drink. There's a screen there to watch the matches while you're eating and drinking. Then you can talk and mingle, whether you have clients or with your family or friends. And we actually do some special things in there. will bring players in for a guest bartender, which is really
cool.
fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. We did it at the ATP. A couple doubles teams came, couple singles guys. They're making drinks. We actually have a signature drink. It's our sponsor, Nets Vodka and Voss Sparkling Water. And we have this really cool, we call it the Smash. At the ATP, it was the Ace, a little different. Now it's a Smash. So you get that all unlimited. It's a really great experience. That's the north baseline, and it's covered, which is beautiful. And then on the south side, we have boxes. We have boxes of 4, and you have a table in front of you, so it's a little more spread out with a table. Again, you can't talk at a tennis match, so that's why you still have access to the VIP area. But it's the south baseline. You have, again, tables, and the seats are a little more spread out, so that's another VIP experience. So you have that. You have plenty of options, whether you want to sit on the sidelines and be front row, or you want to be VIP in the north baseline, south VIP boxes, and everybody has access to the fan village. The Hologic Wellness area, the fan village. We have great merchandise from Womo Sport. This is one of the shirts I'm wearing here. Really nice stuff. We have YTSD, Youth Tennis San Diego, has a booth, and then one of the big benefactors of this event, which is why it's so important to the community, not only YTSD, but the SCTA Foundation. So the Southern California Tennis Association Foundation is the reason we have this event. Without them, it wouldn't be here. And they are, putting this on, taking the risk. And so their support, ticket sales, sponsor sales, the support goes right to them. It goes to a nonprofit. It all goes to a nonprofit. So this event is not here to make money. It's to provide something for the community. It's to break even and to show great support for this nonprofit, which is all about kids and education right here in San Diego and all throughout Southern California.
Wow. Dude, we were excited, and we've been looking at the website on the show, and we've been kind of directing people to, here's how you buy tickets, and here's the schedule of events. But I don't know about you guys, Browner and Grande. Now, after listening to Troy, I actually really can't wait to go. And I can't wait to be there, not this upcoming weekend. This is when it all starts, but it's the following weekend. That's the weekend to really be in the house, man. This is going to be awesome.
You better get your tickets fast for that weekend. It's going to go pretty quick. It already is.
I kind of felt like I knew somebody, though. I kind of felt like maybe we could hook something up. But, man, maybe you're right. Maybe we got to hustle up and get tickets.
A little VIP section?
I think you'll be okay, Scott. But for your listeners, you might want to.
Yeah. Is there some place, if we put the website up on the screen, though, is there anything you want to direct people to in terms of, where to buy? We've shown everybody the website. We can put it up on the screen again for us right now. But in terms of, everybody who wants to bring their kids out, Browner, I know you want to bring baby Jay out, right?
1,000%.
Thought being
that she could be one of the things that I've tried to encourage her. My daughter's 3, Troy, I'm sorry. So I want her to see women doing things in competition at a high level. So when the San Diego soccer team were trying to set the record at Snapdragon, I took her to that because I wanted to see her reaction to it, and she took to it so well. I think that she would absolutely love an opportunity to be a part of this as well. So I can't wait for her to see and get her reaction to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I have a teenage daughter who is a potential college athlete. She's in high school sophomore, and I agree. When we first got the WTA, and we knew this in April, that was one of my big things was to focus on gender equity, women's empowerment, and as you guys know, it's the 50th anniversary of Title IX. So we're actually going to be doing a big celebration of that on Saturday, the 15th. We're going to have people there. Sempra is actually our Title IX partner. And we're going to have people like an executive from Sempra, an executive from Hologic, our other sponsor, and successful women athletes. We're actually talking to the Wave because they're such a great example to get one of their players out there and other successful women athletes and to show that Title IX impacted so much. And it's not just the greatest players in the world, but it's the businesses, the executives, all those quotas that went away. Like, it's a big deal. And I agree, having my daughter who could potentially get a college scholarship, like, she owes that to Title IX.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to show her that. I want her to be there. And by seeing these girls play, and, Danielle Collins is an example I use, and we're trying to get some events with her because she went to UVA. She won an NCAA title twice, and now she's on the tour. And like you said, the girls need to see this, that this is, and even the boys need to see it. And I always said the boys got to see it too, because they shouldn't have to go out of their way. This is just the way it should be.
Yes.
Go out of your way to empower women. It's just the way it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
and I'm thinking the same thing.
Like everyone's going to be cheering for these women, just like I cheered for the men.
Right.
Like,
I know. I'm thinking the same thing. Like my daughter's going to be 16 and she has no interest in playing tennis, at least right now. And she's not a future college athlete, but still just to be around an event where the women are the superstars and the biggest and the best names in the entire sport from around the world will be here in our hometown. This is going to be, Troy, this is going to be awesome. I can't thank you enough for coming by today because as we set up all these different conversations, you were the perfect person to kind of get us started. So congratulations on all that you're doing. And we can't wait for this event to start this weekend. And we'll definitely be out there for the championship weekend. Troy, it is great to visit with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I couldn't appreciate it more. Yeah, even this weekend is qualifiers, but we literally had the 2019 U.S. Open champion in our qualifiers. So it's a pretty incredible thing. So please come anytime. Come out anytime. To your listeners, like you said, barnessdopen.com. Click on tickets. It's just a great event, and we're doing so many cool things. I really appreciate the time here, Scott. Thanks for all you're doing for us, and I look forward to seeing you down there.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. This is so cool. Troy, a pleasure. Hey, to everybody who's listening on radio, want to just say to you guys, we are back tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock. For everybody that's on YouTube, make sure you go onto that website, Barnes SD Open, and click on that and get your tickets because I know Browner, we're going to be down there with our daughters. And listen, we'll have a separate finish for everybody on the podcasting side of things. So from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, we will see everybody mañana. Separate finish for podcasters. Peace out, radio listeners.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
The Rich Eisen Show airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. An engaging blend of insightful football expertise with an offbeat mix of humor and pop culture while continuing to attract the most recognizable names in sports and entertainment. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westfield High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jordan. And from St. Joe Southwest Middle School, Zar Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is almost complete. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host New Mexico United Sunday, October 9th at 3 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium for the last regular season home game as the San Diego Loyal prepare for the playoffs. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the New Mexico United, Sunday, October 9th on Your View.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
It's time for some San Diego Loyal Soccer Club updates.
The Loyals secured second place in the Western Conference with a 2-2 draw against Orange County SC on Saturday. San Diego got the scoring started in the 14th minute with a goal from Thomas Amang off an assist from Jack Blake. It was Amang's 10th goal of the season and Blake's 6th assist, third in the last 3 matches. OCSC responded in the 44th minute to even it up. Then in the 53rd minute, Blake netted his 3rd goal of the season to put the Loyal ahead. It was the second time this season that Blake achieved a goal and an assist combination. OCSC avoided the loss in the final minute to get the draw. The Loyal have their final regular season home match of the season on Sunday against New Mexico United.
That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center, we take care of all various needs of patients for management of their venous insufficiency. People who come here are mainly concerned about symptoms that brings them on or issues related to cosmetic concern that we can always take care of. Now with the advancement of technology and so many catheter-based treatments, we can treat our patients much more quickly, much more comfortably with less downtime. Patients love the result invariably.
It's been a huge impact in my life to feel better, to be able to power walk again. Overall, I'm just feeling like I used to feel when I was a lot younger, and I'm so grateful for this place.
It's a privilege to take care of our patients. It comes from the heart, and I love it.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westfield High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jordan. And from St. Joe Chavez Middle School, Zara Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
way I would describe myself as a player is I can move around a lot. I'm very, all over the field. Wherever coach needs me, I'm there. I'm kind of just an all-around player. I'm just here to play.
Let's go, baby!
The thing I enjoy most about playing football is just being around the guys. I mean, the energy is just amazing. I just love coming out here and, just giving all my effort and just, we love to win. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned playing football is just, pushing through adversity. There's always obstacles on the field.
What motivates Anthony is the bar he sets for himself. When he accomplishes one thing, he pushes that bar a little higher and gets to that next level. And then when he accomplishes that, he pushes the bar a little higher and gets to that level.
My name is Alejandro Eugenio Guido Perez. I play for the San Diego Loyal, and I'm a midfielder. Midfielder kind of does a little bit of everything. Attacks, defends, it helps organizes the press to win the ball back, and then defend in the low block, and then attack and create opportunities for the forwards to score and yourself. I started at a young age playing soccer. I did it here in Chula Vista, but I also played in Tijuana, Mexico. Definitely been restorative to be back home and be at a club, such a great club that values the person, not just the player. I've been able to grow tremendously on and off the field and be taken care of by the family that's around me and supporting me.
So Southwestern College, the name of the mariachi is Mariachi Garibaldi, is the performing group that we have. We've actually had as many as 4 different ensembles, so 4 different classes, beginning, intermediate, advanced. And the advanced group is outstanding. We got that associate's degree in music with the mariachi specialization approved in 2004. And that was the first in the world anywhere. It's not a degree in mariachi music, it's a degree in music with a specialization in mariachi.
The ensemble is great. I mean, it ranges anywhere from 30 to 50, sometimes 60 members every semester. It's fantastic.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
Home of Guiding Hands helps San Diego community in that we're a resource for families. A lot of times when families first identify that their child, their loved one, might have an intellectual or developmental disabilities, they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And we're here to help guide people through that process, to show them what a thriving life their loved one can have. It's a passion I share, having a daughter with a disability.
I really love the place that I live at. Because of Home of Guiding Hands, I was able to move out of my parents' house and into a beautiful home that I love living in. And so if you have an independent living service coordinator, they will help you learn more about being independent, and they help guide you through different things. They've helped me with lots of encouragement and love. They've also given me an ILS worker who is an amazing person, and I love her so much. She's great. I could tell you the first, week or so, I wasn't feeling very confident in myself. The first couple of nights I was like, oh, this is scary. But I look back on it now and I'm like, this is so easy.
Main Street Living celebrates diverse abilities in partnership with Home of Guiding Hands, supporting the special needs community for over 55 years.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.